Hello there, guys. This is Aishi, and today I wanted to share with you guys. Wait, before that, just see the sunlight. Can you see how bright the sun is shining on my face right now? And see how vast the sky is. Just look at it. All this to remind you today is you have no limits, okay? You have no bounds, you have no limits, and there are limitless opportunities waiting for you, okay, to claim it. You just need to seize the courage, and you already have that, okay? You already have that within you. You have the courage. You just need to be confident enough to show up. All that's left for you is to show up, okay? Regardless of the fears that you're facing right now in life. And today I was just having a conversation with a stranger, okay? And in the morning, basically, I was taking some sunlight. I was sitting in the sun, and at around 11 or something. So basically, I love traveling alone, and by talking to her, we were talking about various topics like husband, wife, and we were talking about a lot of things, okay? About love, about relationships, about friendships, about the societal norms and all that. These kind of conversations literally piques my interest and curiosity. So yeah, anyways, getting to the main point, and she told me, what are your hobbies, like what do you like to do? So I said, whenever I am alone with myself, I love solo traveling, okay? I have been traveling in such, like, I'm always traveling. I'm such a, I love traveling type of person, okay? So, and I love going on solo dates. So she said me, how many places have you visited by now? And I told her, since I'm living in Delhi, I have been in quite a few places like Lotus Temple, Qutub Minar, Hoskas, and like many other places, okay, DLF Mall, and probably except Taj Mahal, okay, still some of the places are remaining on my list. Anyways, so she said at last, like, how do you do this? Like, you know, why do you travel alone? She told me to show my pictures. I told her, like, yesterday I just went to Hoskas Lake, okay? I haven't shared any pictures anywhere on the internet, but yeah, I just told her that I just love traveling alone, because since I have spent a lot of time alone with myself, I don't think a lot of people around me really can sit with themselves in silence, right? And they are just so afraid of whatever emotions that are going to come up if they do that. I mean, like, sit with themselves, because of course when you're silent and you have no one around you, and you're connected, bro, you're connected to God, because that's the only time you're not distracted. You're not distracted by any noise. You're not listening to what other people are saying. And I think for us, people like us in this generation, it's really important to be with yourself alone, because otherwise you would never know what's truly best for you. And one more thing is, you would learn so much about yourself, as you will see when you spend a lot of time alone, doing all the things that you love, what you do not love, what causes you to get angry, what causes you to get sad, or what makes you happy. You will learn so many things about you and your choices in life, and about all the decisions that you make every single day, right? And my point to say this is, basically, I think, I see a lot of women and a lot of men as well. Like, they're kind of trending this idea of they can't go to the bathroom alone, they can't sit alone in a restaurant, they can't eat alone, sleep alone. Okay. They always need someone to be there and go with them. Like, they just have lost the ability to sit down and think about life for themselves, and it's so like poor and pathetic kind of. And in this world of AI, you just give every task, for example, to do in the college or office, whatever you go to, right? In school, colleges, and offices, it's really like you're not doing it for yourself. It's just like you are obligated in some kind of way to do something within a time limit, within those deadlines, and you're kind of in this pressure. And in that pressure, you what you do, you rely on AI, you rely on social media, you rely on Google and everything. And then what happens along the lines, you get your degree, right? You pass out, and you kind of forget that, okay, my life just went away like like a flying, what can you say, like a flying second or something like that. Like a plane, how a aeroplane moves, and you don't even realize what you truly wanted to do. And then you get this degree and you apply for a job maybe, and halfway across that doing that job, you feel like, no, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be good at this, I don't want to be good at this. Maybe in that job they tell you, you need to be good at Excel, you need to be good at, spreadsheets, you need to be good at this typing thing and all that. Okay, all that stuffs. And they kind of put you in this box, in this cage, that in order to get somewhere in life, you have to do this, okay, according to them, according to the societies and people's rules and norms. And somewhere along the lines, you lose yourself, because you don't really know if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. And some of the people don't even question themselves at all, and they are like afraid actually to ask these questions, that is this what I truly want in life, or can I have something better, see all of the birds. And I'm sitting under the sky, okay, it's fully blue, and the sun is almost setting. I love sunsets, and that's why yesterday I went for this solo traveling, yeah, near Hoskas Lake. And I realized so many things yesterday and today as well in my life, in those moments of, self reflection. Because when you have spent quite a lot of time alone with yourself, you really become confident, right? You really become more bold and courageous, and you know who you are truly. And that's very important in this day and age, to know who you are truly. Because if you do not really know yourself better, or if you do not know who you are truly and what you want to do in life, and whether you are really doing it or not, so all of these questions brings us back home to ourselves, okay? And that's when you can see that being alone is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because at the end of the day, you still have yourself, right? And do you not matter at all? Like, I see so many people around me, I don't think they really care that much. They're just, I'm not saying you to kind of care about what other people think about you, but you need to care about, how do you treat yourself? Do you care about yourself? Do you care about the life that you're living, really? How do you feel, like, literally? Do you ask yourself all these questions every day? And I was telling the stranger, basically, she told me that how do you spend so much time alone and never get bored? I was like, I don't know. I always find myself so interesting to be around, to hang out with. I don't find a lot of people around me that are that much interesting, or you can say that much present with themselves for me to, hang around them or have their company. It's just like, it's not, I don't find it worth it. And I don't give my access to anyone who I do not find like they deserve it or something. And yeah, so I was telling that when you truly know who you are, the world cannot convince you into believing something that you're not, okay? Because yeah, people will try to project onto you, they will try to blame you, disrespect you a lot of times. They will try to be like, oh, you are not good enough, you need to be good at this, you need to be good at that, you need to do better, do more, or talk less, stay quiet, don't, why are you saying always, like, why are you arguing and all that. Like, the world will throw a lot of things that are not really yours to carry with, and when you haven't detached from everyone and everything around you and saw your whole life and the people you have in that as a whole, right? Because see, my point is, when you detach from the whole program, you kind of take a step back out of it, and you realize these people actually do not have that power over you, because you get to create your own reality, and your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindset, right? Those are constantly making you manifest things that you want to see more in the life that you're living and experiencing right now. And when you realize, when you see life as a video game instead of, seeing it as something you hate, try to see every character, okay? Consider yourself as an avatar, right? And when you select a particular avatar and you choose to see the things around you that are happening right now at this moment, from that mindset, you will get a different perspective from what you initially were looking at the same situation from, right? So you get to choose the avatars, okay? And you get to pick your character. So if this character, the character that is always attached and is always kind of lost, in the crowd and doesn't really know where it's going. So when you take a step back from all of that and you come back home to yourself, like to your soul, right? And you choose this avatar now of being detached from the whole, you find that deep internal wisdom within you, and you find all of the answers within you. You unlock your inner truths, your internal peace, your internal wisdom, and everything, okay? The answer that you're looking for, you may not always get it around you, but it's already within you. It's just your internal guidance system that is making you show what can actually happen in your reality, right? So that's the point. The whole thing is, you just need to come back home to yourself and sit down with yourself and ask all of these difficult questions. At first it will be, difficult, not that easy, but eventually you will get a hold on yourself, okay? You will get a grip on yourself, and you will understand that you can actually control the reality. You can actually control your reality. Yeah, and a lot of people might find that weird, extremely, and out of this world kind of concept, but it is all about your internal state, and whatever you believe in reflects your external reality. Okay, so if you already think that this is the truth in your life, okay, you know that things are changing because you are changing the way you think about the things that are happening in your life. Automatically you will notice all of the changes and shifting that is happening around you in your external reality, because your internal state, again, it reflects your external world. And you will notice that whatever signs and synchronicities you're getting from God, right, to get exactly to the dreams and goals that you have, you become your own guidance system in that way. You don't require other people to validate what you already know is the truth about you and where you are meant to be in this lifetime. Other people do not have that GPS, okay, of your soul, of your of your soul's path that you're meant to walk. And hence, when you detach from them, you will quite realize this, that in the first place, words are just, their words are not true, because you are enough and you are worthy and you were always a good. And I don't give a fuck if you think I'm a bad person, okay? I don't give a fuck about that. Maybe I would have cared if I tried to control how you think or perceive about me. Maybe I would have tried to, fight the way you think about me in your head. But why would I even put up a fight, or even, put myself in a situation where I would defend the image that you have about me inside your head? That is your internal narrative. And your internal narrative is made of your own experiences and the situations you have been through in life, right? And I don't think I belong there. I don't want to partake in that role, okay? And I will swiftly move out of that situation out of respect, because I don't give a fuck, man. And when you really hit this stage as I've hit today, okay, where you truly do not give a fuck anymore, truly do not care, okay, it's not like you do not care where you're going in life. No, you know God is exactly taking you to the places, to the right people, to the right opportunities that you're meant to be with, and you are aligned with that. But I just, you know you just know that it's all going to work out for you, and you can just be free. And even if you fall now, the universe will catch you, you know so you're not going to get lost, really, because at the end of the day, you are not abandoning yourself or abandoning the vision that God has given to you, or abandoning your own dreams to be there for others or try to save the world. Your job is to save yourself, okay? And you are not God, and you can't be able to save people who are not really willing themselves to be saved or be helped by you, right? So when you level up in life and you really develop this kind of, you know dangerous, you can say, confidence and power within you, and you start seeing everything that is happening around you kind of becomes funny, because you're like, what the fuck I was even caring about, like like it kind of sounds these people, they never mattered actually. Whatever they said, okay, whatever they did, even if it was right or wrong, it was never about being right or wrong, okay. It was about being, if they were being genuine with you or not. And when you know, some people, they have a perception about you, and that's really not coming from a place of genuinity and authenticity. And when you can read between the lines, and you can read the energy that they are giving to you, you don't really need to sit down and psychoanalyze about people anymore. Like, I'm so happy to be this much free and hit this point where I truly do not have to sit down and write down in my journal about every wrong thing, every wrong word, or every wrong action that people have done with me in my journal. Because I personally, I maintain a journal about every people I meet, okay? Not out of curiosity or anything like that, but I like to keep a record because that keeps me accountable. And why and which parts did I see in this person being reflected from me, okay? As a my reflection shown in that person, because that's exactly why I met them in the first place. I wouldn't have met them if they weren't in the same frequency and vibration as I do. So it keeps me accountable. If I see something in them that I do not like, or maybe I see something in them they are avoiding or running away from, or maybe judging me or misunderstanding me, it really hits me like, okay, where did I go wrong? So I used to be this much hyper vigilant and always focused on what other people and the actions and behaviors are. And I used to, I knew at that point that other people's actions are words and really a reflection of themselves more than anything to do with me. But sometimes you also question, like, and you wonder, like, I didn't deserve this. Sometimes you go through a situation where you feel like, I didn't deserve this. Then why the hell did I go through this? Why the hell did I attract that person? Okay. And you want to know. You want to know, always want to know. And that's why you go so deep in psychoanalyzing and all them. You try to understand people. It's not just about analyzing them. You try to understand those parts in them that is actually a part of you, being reflected back to you. So in the ways of trying to understand themselves, what you're trying to do really is you are actually trying to understand yourself better. You're actually trying to understand why you got mad, why you get offended, or why you cared so much. When maybe if you just cared a bit less, you wouldn't have to sit down and psychoanalyze or whatever. It's not like about caring less either, but it's about understanding. You don't have to prove to yourself at this point that you understand yourself better than anyone else around you, because you have spent a very long period of time, okay? For a lot of you guys, I think, for me it's like I've spent more than 2 years now being in such a place where I have created this safe sanctuary within me, where I can go back anytime I feel like I am getting too much distracted and attached to things that really doesn't matter, and I would leave them behind someday. So when I get too attached, I try to control those things around me, right? I try to control how people, why did they do this to me? And I try to go to the person who has hurt me and ask them, hey, listen, you did this and it has hurt me. Tell me, why did you do this? Because I always want to know, as I say you. Because through that I would know if I am doing something wrong or actually they were wrong. But anyways, whatever, I am at this point now where I don't have to sit down and do all of those things, like I really, things are just working out for me. Things are just working out for me without me having to put that much effort into analyzing people and trying to understand them, because I have finally understood that I was never responsible for the way that people view me, okay? And even if I meet these kind of people who view me in a way that is not really genuine and that does not really says anything about me but a lot about that person and their character, I have come to this understanding that I can, just, I don't have to fight my way. It's not that hard, okay? Life is not supposed to be that hard. You don't have to make it so hard for you. You can just let go. Even at first it will hurt a lot, okay? Letting go, as much as it's easier said than done, I know that too. But trust me, I can give you only one perspective shift about the whole situation, and that would be, I would ask you, instead of trying to follow what everyone else is following around you, go all in on yourself. Lock in with your own goals, okay? Come back home to yourself and spend a lot of time alone. Because when you do that, you will realize that people will judge you regardless of whatever you do. If it's good for you or it's not, they will judge you, okay? Regardless of that. But what truly matters is you're not judging yourself anymore. And you are not holding yourself back in life just because some people think they get to have a say in what you should do, should not do, what you should wear, should not wear, where you should go or should not go in life, and all of those things. Get it? Get what I'm trying to say? That's how you free yourself. You're no longer attached to anything outside of you, because it's all an experience. And the emotions, the feelings that you're feeling today, it's not permanent, it is temporary. And it's going to change, okay? It might be sounding like, oh my god, does that mean that I never loved that person which I have left behind in my past? It's not like you never loved them. You did love them truly. But what you have stopped doing now is trying to fight your way for something that is not truly meant for you and that is not truly in alignment with your highest good. You might fall in love with people sometimes that that you're drawn to, you just don't know why you're attracted to them. And that's not a logical choice, okay? Because logically, if you really knew who that person is after talking to them, you wouldn't choose them. Your soul chose them to learn this lesson particularly. And that's exactly why you fell in love with them and you attracted them, okay? And these relationships like this, it usually happens when you are just entering your young adult stage, or before that, especially in your teenage years and also in your young adult stage. Because as you grow older and wiser, you come to realize that a lot of things around you, everything almost is temporary, okay? And you're just here to have a good time, to make memories, to make the best out of your life, because you owe it to yourself to be the best version that you can be, okay? Not for these people, not because they made you feel small, not because they told you to do this or that, no, but for you want to change, okay? You want to know, you want to learn what is truly good for you and what do you desire for, and you want to prove to yourself that you can get anything you want to achieve in this lifetime, and it exists, okay? Whatever you want is possible, and the sky is just reminding me of all those things, okay? Like limitless opportunities, how abundant and vast the world is. When you come to realize this, you will stop attaching yourself to one single idea, one single person, one single way of doing life, of doing things that you do in your life. You will stop attaching yourself to one single perspective that you were in when you went through a situation where it was really bad and you didn't deserve that. You kind of go into a victim mindset, right? You are like, why me every time? Like, I understand, is my life all about lessons? No, no, I'm here to tell you, your life is not a whole lesson, okay? Because sometimes when you are a person who go through a lot of experiences, that makes you feel like, is your whole life all just about lessons and lessons and evolution and evolution, and nothing is ever like, you just keep evolving and evolving and rising. My point is, there is no final destination that will truly make you feel like you have reached where you were meant to be, okay, in this lifetime. Maybe it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Maybe it was all about the experiences that you had, about the people that you met along the way. That's what makes life so beautiful. Because imagine, you wouldn't appreciate or be grateful for all of the experiences and the people you met along your way in the journey of life if it was always available for you. You know, if it was like it would never leave you, or something like, attach itself to you and kind of suffocate you and try to control you and not let you do the things that you truly want to do in your life, then would you really be grateful for those kind of people in your life? Like, of course not, okay? If you see it from that perspective, you will understand, it kind of, see, when something is temporary, okay, and you know that it's beautiful as well, and it's sitting right in beside you, okay, in front of you, and you can lose it. Maybe you will never see this again, maybe you will never meet these people again. That's what makes it so powerful and so valuable. It increases its value, okay? Because that whatever it is that you are experiencing in your life right now, you will never get to have them again around you. You will never get to fall in love with yourself and also the people that you meet around you. And that's such a beautiful thing. Like, when you see that the entire point of falling in love was not about the person itself, but the energy that they represented, okay? And if you can already give yourself that energy back and pour that energy back and power back into yourself when these people leave, okay, you will see the love that you were looking for. It was never about them, it was already in you. It was already in you. You just had to tap in to that frequency of love, of abundance, of peace inside you. And when once you learn to tap in, once you learn to tap out from the world and tap into yourself and tune into yourself, right, with your emotions and with all of the hard thoughts and feelings you face when you're sitting with yourself alone, and you really learn to tune into that instead of letting it consume you, letting it uh, make you scared for a longer period of time, instead of doing letting your fears, your thoughts and emotions, these are all temporary, okay? And instead of letting all those things overpower you or kind of make you feel overwhelmed or over consume you, why don't you just see it as something that is passing and you are passing through it, just like a passing moment, right? Yeah, and that is all. When you see it just as a passing moment, you will come to realize that it truly was just about the, you can say, not just about the lesson you learned, okay, but the blessing it was, the blessing in disguise it was to even get to experience the love that you have within yourself in this way, in this manner, right? Through others, through meeting other people, and you realize how deeply, deeply you love yourself, and you have always loved yourself. And that's exactly why that external person, whoever you met, was just here to reflect that back to you as a mirror. When you see every person as a door, as a gateway, or a mirror, every person that you meet in your life are either a doorway, a gateway, or they are a mirror. And for soulmates, okay, the concept of soulmates, it happens that they mirror a lot of things inside us which are still unconscious, okay? And relationships, through getting into relationships, is how we make our unconscious mind conscious. Whatever it is that the programming we have been wired to since our childhood, like, oh, if you stay quiet, if you are a good girl, you're a or a good boy, you need to be quiet, don't make any chaos, don't cause a scene, and all these statements that you used to hear back in your childhood, because you realize you had a very unstable environment growing up. And that realization, at first it can be very hard, okay, because you come to understand that you never felt safe in the environment that you grew up in, for you to be able to sit down with yourself, give yourself the time to process what is really going on within you, all because you were never taught how to regulate your nervous system. And I think a lot of, like, parents now, healthy parents with secure attachment style, okay, and healthy individuals who are in healthy relationships, they teach their kids how to regulate their nervous system and create that safety within them, to realize they can achieve and want anything they wish to achieve and want in their life, and everything is possible, okay? There is nothing that is out of limits the sky is your limit, okay? And your limit, maybe once you start unlocking all these, versions of you that can cross those limits you once used to think that this was a limit, because it's really just an illusion, okay? Your fears and limits both are just an illusion. And when you come to realize, okay, I can cross this limit, you will see that life truly is a video game. And once you put that mask off, put that mask that you are wearing, and you throw it away from your face, and you just become who you are truly. You start peeling away all of the layers, all of the see, the birds, they are a confirmation, okay? When you start peeling away all those deep layers, it's called layering, okay? From you that other people have projected, your environment has put onto you, shaped you into, okay, mold you into. When you start peeling off all those layers off of yourself, like a snake, how a snake peels off their skin, they come out of their skin, okay? You start snaking. My point is not to say that you are a snake. You start shedding the old skin, the old reality, the old programming. You are here not to live by the program, or to be ruled or controlled by the programming around you, okay? Because the programming around you is of consumers. The programming around you does not appreciate the spiritual creators and the empathetic beings and sensitive beings on this planet that are truly a gift. Because what happens is, it will cause a lot of disbalance in the society, okay? Many ideals that people have created around them would fall apart. They would not know what to follow, because they would be forced to create the path and pave the path by themselves. And that is so scary, because you have no blueprint. Your soul becomes your own blueprint. And for creators who know they are just constantly creating their own reality, like this, like the snap of a finger, they're speaking things into existence, because words are spells, okay? Words are spells. Whatever you say for you, it works for you. If you say anything that is working against you, life will start reflecting that back to you, because the universe is just a reflection. Whatever you think, that things are hard, things can never change, it can never get better, that will happen for you. And of course, things wouldn't change if you do not change yourself. It's not about controlling other people and trying to change them. It's about controlling the way you are seeing the things in your head, and from what lens are you seeing it. Is that lens really helping you get out of that situation and break the pattern? Or is the lens that you're wearing right now not letting you, it's kind of foggy, it's not letting you see beyond the illusions, the fears, the doubts, the limitations that you have put on yourself? It may cause kind of fogginess at first, okay? But eventually the fog will clear. The fog, the rust inside your mind that you have so long haven't even touched your mind for, it will start clearing up, okay? Just like when you start solving a lot of math problems and math equations, and your brain finally opens up more and more and more, the deeper you go into solving those problems. Confirmation, I just saw a dog there, okay? Anyways, I get distracted when I'm talking. Okay, anyways, So that's the point. I mean, like, that's truly the point. What was I even saying? Okay. Yeah, the world doesn't appreciate the creators because the creators, they are empathetic, okay? They know how to put their emotions into the art that they are creating. And when you are the one paving the way and there's no one behind you that actually has the blueprint or the guide map about where you need to go next, or you need to do this, or this is not serving you but this is serving you, this is making you feel alive, this is making you feel dead. So all of these answers are not outside of you, it's already within you. And all of the signs and synchronicities, after you find the answer within you in your head from your internal wisdom, right? The signs and synchronicities that you see outside are just a reflection of that, of your internal state, of the conclusion that you have already reached inside your head, of the things that you already know inside your head, that this is the truth, it's working for me, okay? Which means that this is my truth because this is making me feel more real, more safe to be just who I am and who what I want to do and what I want to be, or how I want to act or how I want to show up, you know? Yeah, so that's how you create your own reality. And it's like a video game. You just learn to love the game and play it well. Life is a video game, that's why. Or you hate the game and you blame the people, you blame yourself, you blame the things and situations around you. Constantly find someone to blame or to be a victim of. Either ways, you're not really coming back to the truth of your soul. And that is, no matter what happened, okay, it doesn't matter. Your side of the story, it doesn't matter what happened anymore. What truly matters is how you turn that shit around, whatever happened, okay, and you started using it to make things work out for you in your favor, for your highest good and highest good of all. Life is not about what's happening to you. You have to see life is what you do with what happens to you. And from now, whatever you choose to do about what happens to you, that is how you bend reality to obey to the commands that you're giving to your own subconscious mind and trying to rewire your own subconscious mind. Because when you start rewiring your own subconscious mind and start giving them the commands to shift the internal narrative that you are, feeling stuck in, change the perspective from I can change, okay, I am enough, without anyone saying it to me or applauding me for that, okay, I am enough. And exactly that's why these people have felt triggered by me. They have tried to humble me down. That's exactly why. Losers will try to humble you down, okay? Because these people, they never wanted to face their own truth. Because they knew if they did, they would have to admit that they settled for a life that is not really what they want. And that is less than what they deserve. And when you know you deserve more, you deserve the best, you will start thinking the best for yourself, and you will hence start creating the best for you in your external world as well. Just by taking a control of your own mind. Your mind, your response, your emotions, your thoughts and feelings, are completely, imagine, completely in control of you. That is your power. And nobody from outside have any control or power over that unless you give them that power. So that is all. I'm ending this video now. Okay, it's been a long time. I need to go. And yeah, that's all about being alone and everything. I will see you guys later in my next video. Love you. Bye bye. See you soon. Kudos. Take care.